Hey everybody, this is Adrian. Trying something a little different this time, seeing if people like it if I do a little kind of narration or explanation of what actually is going on in the video. So if you can, leave comments or whether or not you want me to keep doing this for other segments, just let me know. So if not, I can figure out something else to do. Alright, so this is the first and second segment of my leveling, which would be segment 7 and 8. You can see here I'm getting the Thief's Key out of the alchemy pot and switching Yangus to be the first in line so that when I go into the menus to whistle, I don't have to skip over the hero just to get the Yangus and whistle. It saves a little bit of time for each time I whistle, so that's why I decided to put Yangus in front. So for anybody that has never played this game before, the metal slimes give the most experience in the game, and what I'm going to do here is the beach that's down here, I guess you can call it a beach, the one that's down here has a higher percentage of getting into a battle with a metal slime than pretty much anywhere in the game right now that I can at least get to. So I'm down here trying to whistle and get into some battles with some slimes to get some easy level ups, because I want to be level 15 or so by the time I go to the next part of the game. One thing about the slimes, if you don't already know, they like to run, so it's a little bit of a pain trying to make sure that when you do get one, you can kill it before it runs away from you. I can't tell you how many times I've done this where they just run away. I've probably spent up to like 12 hours alone just on these few segments trying to get battles with slimes where I actually kill them. You know, it's pretty tough to do and to not get frustrated with, but since this is probably a trial run and not an actual run that I would be submitting, I'm not too worried about some of the mistakes that I make during the whole process. So, but the basic strategy is to get into a battle with, one or a couple of them, and have Yangus and Hero both use their abilities that have a chance of getting a critical, and then having Jessica use Accelerate in case I don't get it the first round to maybe hopefully get another chance before it runs away, or to, maybe get Jessica to go again and cast Accelerate again before the slime can do anything. Just basically increases your chances of being able to kill one. As you can see there, I just killed one, and everybody levels up from this one, I believe. A little later, not everybody gets a level up because it's just not enough experience as to how much they need for that level. But we're only staying here until 15, so it doesn't really matter. You can see there I kind of ran into the wall, but it doesn't affect the time or anything because I have to wait to open the menu anyway, so no matter what I do there, it doesn't really affect the outcome or the amount of time that I spend doing that. But my main goal is for these segments to be around 4 minutes. That means I gotta spend about a minute getting there, and then I leave about 3 minutes or 3 minutes and 30 seconds for an actual slime to appear. And if one does not appear, I usually just reset the game. So this is the end of segment 7, and I'm pretty sure I cut off the opening of segment 8 so that it just starts off from being in the church and you don't have to see the loading screen or anything. And I'm going to do it again. Now, I'm going to be doing this one more time, as you'll see in the next segment, which is segment 9. I'll be uploading that pretty soon, and there's not going to be any commentary for that one, but I may do it for segment 10 just to explain what's going on, because that part actually has a little bit of the story involved. So for anybody that hasn't played the game before, I'll be able to tell them what actually is happening in this part of the story, and they'll not be completely lost. And we'll see how that goes. So those things are really annoying, because if you can't run from them, sometimes they'll just stare into space, which doesn't take a lot of time. But when they doodle, it shows them doodling, and then they do their little call, and it takes forever. It also takes forever when they run away, because some other creature called them, so they have to go off to wherever this other creature is. And that also takes a really long time, so it definitely cuts down on the amount of whistles I can get in per segment. I wish I could get lucky enough to have more than one slime actually die per segment, because that would save way more time than sitting here doing this for one silly little slime. It will also help if I could kill him on the first try, so I didn't have to waste so much of Yangus's MP to kill him, because as you'll see in the next segment, he runs out of MP and kind of gets me in trouble a little bit, but not too much. I still end up killing the slime in the next segment, but I just don't have enough for Padfoot, which isn't a huge deal, because I don't think it would help that much, because we're not high enough level yet for it to be completely effective. But it still would have been nice, but you know, it just kind of got to take what you can get. As you see here, I'm really surprised this one didn't run from me, because it takes me 3 rounds to kill it, and usually they run after 1, and if not 1, definitely after 2. So I really don't know why this one ended up staying as long as it did, but thankfully it did, and I do get to kill it, so. I have a feeling if I didn't kill it here, it would have ran, but luckily I did, and I didn't have to worry about it, so. Most of the time actually is spent just distributing skill points and seeing all the abilities that they learn, because most of the characters now, except for, well, Hero and Angela, I guess, they hardly get any skill points. They get like 3 or 4, and Jessica and Yangus are getting like 8 and 9, which is ridiculous. But, you know, it kind of switches around in a little bit, so. But, that's pretty much it for this segment. After this, I just warp back to the Riverside Chapel and save, so stay tuned for segment 9, which I'll be uploading here in a little bit. And then I will be back to comment on segment 10. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching.